Hey everybody, I'm Dwayne Burkhardt, and this is not the Rugby Report. The Rugby Report is on hiatus until next February. However, this week it became obvious that there are going to be moments in time when big rugby news happens, and we need to take a moment to talk about it, which is what I will do in my new series of completely random and unpredictable minicasts, which I am calling Rugby Shorts. So let's get to it. In rugby news this week, the big story from both the USA and the land down under came when rumors started flying that Rugby Australia and New Zealand Rugby had suddenly found common ground in their ongoing and very tense negotiations regarding the future of my favorite rugby league, Super Rugby. That's not the big story. The big story is that this breakthrough apparently involved the possibility of bringing in a new team from, wait for it, yes, right here in the USA. Apparently, according to press reports in Australia, the 2022 MLR champion Los Angeles Guillotines, also known for being one of the worst-named rugby franchises on the entire planet, have been in secret negotiations to leave the MLR and join Super Rugby. They broke this story in the USA this past Sunday, and the response from the MLR did not take long. On Monday, the LA Guillotines, and no, I am not making that up, that is their name. That's right, they named the franchise after a drink. The LA Guillotines were very unceremoniously booted from the league. That's right, the 2022 champions, who make their home in the second largest TV market in the USA, have been thrown out of the MLR, along with the Austin Gilgronis, the other worst-named rugby franchise on the planet, but nobody really outside of Austin cares about that. As of my broadcast time, we do not yet know the fate of professional rugby in Los Angeles, but I, for one, have been lobbying for a Super Rugby team to be placed in Honolulu, LA, or both for years now, so if it's happening, all I can say is, woohoo! Just please change the name to pretty much anything else. Seriously, the Los Angeles Traffic Jam would be a better name. And more accurate. Elsewhere in Super Rugby news this week, the Hurricanes have declined to sign Wellington Lions star Jackson Garden-Bachop to a contract for the coming season. Garden-Bachop was instrumental in helping the Lions win their first NPC championship in 22 years last weekend, and his snubbing has this rugby reporter scratching his head in disbelief. It's also got several rugby teams in Japan and elsewhere sharpening their pencils and preparing their checkbooks. I hope the Hurricanes don't come to regret this decision, but I think they might. Finally this week, international test rugby has returned as New Zealand and Australia travel north for the last time before the 2023 World Cup. So far this weekend, New Zealand has escaped from Japan with a narrow 38-31 win. In fairness to the All Blacks, they were Barrettless, as the three Barrett brothers had to fly home this past week due to the passing of their grandmother, and of course we extend our sincerest condolences to them and their family, and as a result the All Blacks had to make several roster changes. That said, full credit to the Japan Brave Blossoms. They played their hearts out and very nearly pulled off an incredible upset to join their recent list of incredible upsets. Speaking of incredible upsets, it was, as the announcer said, a doggedly defensive battle in Scotland today as the Australian Wallabies came to Glasgow looking for their first win against the Bagpipe Blowers in 6 years. And they got it! Blair Kinghorn, who made a spectacular breakaway try earlier in the game, missed a penalty kick at the buzzer, which would have given the Scots the win, and as a result, the Wallabies start their European vacation with a win. Full-time score, Scotland 15, Australia 16. And that's it, folks. That's all these little rugby shorts are going to be. Until we meet again, remember, defibrillators rarely fail. But no one's really shocked when they do. See you next time.